Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the MJ sector. So yesterday's video was relevant for a number of reasons. Worth going back and checking it out if you missed it yesterday. Just the fact that the bulls are doing exactly what we wanted them to do. Best case scenario was, well, best case would have been holding the low of yesterday. But second best case scenario, break the low of yesterday in the morning, bounce, and close near the high of the day to give us a bullish candlestick on the daily and our potential daily higher low. Also pointed out how OH was one step ahead of the Canadian MJ sector in the sense that it is doing what the Canadian MJ bulls wanted to see, and it was one day ahead. So this was the candle yesterday that OH formed that everybody in Canadian MJ wanted to see form on their charts today, and a lot of them did see that. I'm not going to cover OGI and Hexo because I can't cover all these tickers and stay sane, and it's doing the exact same thing as everybody else. So there's no notable differences between what CGC, APHA, and all these other names are doing and what Hexo and OGI are doing. If it changes, if one stands out stronger than the rest, then I will start to cover them again, but time is money. So CGC, daily higher low is trying to form. Have we changed the hourly trend? Not yet. So we have to see a bull break of 27.59. We got real close. Hourly bull flag attempt, higher low. If we can break 27.59 tomorrow first thing, the hourly trend changes. We then zoom out and look for daily continuation, and we have to see the highs of this bull move break by the end of this week if we're going to believe the momentum that the bulls are claiming to have. So 28.41 is the level that needs to break to confirm this follow through, and after 28.41, 28.57, and 29.62 before working on some gap fill. Cron pulled back on bad news yesterday. Again, same thing, hourly trend trying to change. Higher low of 11.58. Our hourly higher lows are going to be important support levels into tomorrow, and the bulls have to break 11.81 to confirm the hourly trend change, and then all of our focus is on 12.41, the top of that bull move that the bulls must break for the clear daily trend change into continuation. ACB has earnings tomorrow, and that helps the bulls hold on a bit stronger in my opinion, and higher low every day on this bounce, so we have not set a daily higher low yet. Bulls getting excited, it looks like. We've got resistance at 648 and then 674 and a solid bounce. If it's a bullish reaction to earnings, we're going to be looking up at 674 and $7. And if it's a bearish reaction, we're looking back down. But at least at this point, the bulls have created enough space that we can have a bearish reaction and still potentially hold 538, our recent low. APHA, hourly higher low is now at 689. So I sold APHA at 6.99 yesterday, anticipating consolidation was going to come. I then patiently waited and said, okay, if we can form daily higher lows, and if I like the setup, I will re-enter. So as soon as I looked at this hourly chart this afternoon, I said, that looks like a bull flag. And I rebought at 6.92, 1% cheaper than where I sold, and my stop was going to be 6.89. That way I would lose about 4 pennies if that was not our higher low, because if I was wrong about 689 being our higher low, then I would be wrong about the potential of an hourly bull flag, and my thesis would be wrong. So I would want to be out of that trade. But I am back in that position. I'm now back up 1% and back to the level where I sold at, and the question is, can these bulls follow through with a little daily bull flag and see a break of 714 to be looking for continuation? Again, this is ideal consolidation so far. We just need some follow through. S&P 500 also changed the hourly trend, looking for a daily bull flag as well. I've noticed a lot of correlation between the MJ sector and SPY ever since SPY broke its tight August range. So I'm definitely paying attention to those correlations, and looking for SPY to form an hourly higher low is why I entered APHA as well. Because again, the hourly time frame looked very similar. The only difference is SPY got a new higher high at the end of the day, and Canadian MJ came just close but didn't break that resistance. TLRY, has the hourly trend changed? Not yet. Higher low is 30.55. Bulls have to break 31.86 to confirm the hourly trend change. That'll be our daily higher low. and we then have to see a break of 33.66 for the clear, convincing daily trend change for the first time in a long time. VFF. So VFF on the daily time frame, bulls bought the dip in a very nice way. We're looking at 1232 and 1253 to try and see continuation. So again, correlated to everybody else, very similar candlesticks out there. T-God, I'm going to stop covering. It is in free fall. ACB leaving was certainly a bearish catalyst. And T-God, see ya. LABS. So LABS is a name that has been correlating with the bigger Canadian MJ names over the last week or so, but today is a bit of a red flag because today we did not see an hourly trend change. We did not see a close near the high of the day, and we are bearish today compared to what the rest of the Canadian MJ sector was able to do. So that should stand out. Again, we get all these little details and information comparing peers in sectors to each other. And if you've been watching, you know that we've been bullish OH, and you know that we've been bearish IAN. IAN dropped to a lower low yesterday, had a nice little bounce today, but it still dropped to a lower low yesterday, and OH is breaking out in a big way, obviously in response to MedMen, but it was positioned very well for this bull break. So again, those little details can help us distinguish who's more bullish and who's more bearish. We know what the sector is doing as a whole, but on top of that, we can know what the individual names are doing and at least rank them to a certain degree. A lot of names are going to fall in the middle and be very close to each other and not distinct like OGI and Hexo right now, but there are names that stand out, and Labs is one name that clearly stands out today as different than the others. If you show me this Labs chart on its own, I'd say no big deal. We're looking for a daily high or low. It's low bear volume, but you show me it compared to everybody that we just looked at, and I'd say, yeah, that stands out as weaker. So now we're going on to USMJ. USMJ was marked by MedMen. So MedMen gave us the news that we were looking for. No new notice from the DOJ, which means we're progressing now with this deal going forward. Why is MedMen only up 1 to 2% today and OH goes up 10%? The news wasn't for OH. Why is it going up like that? As we talked about in the video yesterday, this is bullish OH. MedMen is buying another company. There's no discount on MedMen. It's the purchasing company. OH is waiting on a deal to go through and still had about a 20% discount comparative to CL. So as soon as the odds increase that the deal is going to go through with OH, that discount starts to shrink. And so we see a 10% move on OH with huge follow through in response to that because it's trading at a discount and it's the company that is going to be purchased. So MedMen still needs a lot of follow through here. Bulls have to break 280 and 284 for a convincing bull break, and the hourly time frame right now, short-term support is 269, and it's pretty much an hourly tightening range. I like it on the hourly with 279 as the high, 269 is the low, 278 is the lower high, and we're looking for a higher low. So a bit of an hourly equilibrium into tomorrow on MedMen. So OH couldn't have asked for a better bull flag follow-through monster move. Congrats to those that were already in, but even more congrats to those that bought first thing this morning, knowing what the MedMen news meant for OH. Volume is some of the highest volume that we've seen in a long time, and it's all bull. Green Marabozu candlestick. When's the last time we've seen 720,000 bull volume? All-time high, before the all-time high. So it's very notable to see that amount of bull volume coming off of a bear downtrend. That being said, OH has changed its weekly trend. We have a little higher low and higher high. And at this point, OH is technically speaking a leader in the USMJ space. So I currently have multiple positions. I've got a position in my account that I bought last week when the volume showed up in Canadian MJ. I believe it was Tuesday. I bought in on OH. I think it was this candle. That position's up 20%. I sold half of that position this morning to lock in some gains, and I missed my reload by 1 penny. So that was almost going to be a perfect trade, but just missed. That's okay. I still have half of that position, and I've got a position in our company account for the chart guys that's now up 33%, and I'm not touching that anytime soon. The only time I'm going to touch that is when I'm selling my CL shares from the conversion, or if we get the safe bill passed and a ton of bullish momentum and hype. But that's a long-term position now that obviously it's much easier to hold when up so much. A lot of space, a lot of wiggle room. I'll probably exit it. I'll exit my position when we lose the daily uptrend. And I may not even exit the long-term position that's up 30%, even if we lose the daily uptrend, because we will be looking for a weekly higher low to form now that this significant longer-term momentum shift is underway. Hourly higher low on OH is 841, and looking for more tomorrow. After $9, we're looking up at $9.13 and $9.55. That is what we want to see on every MJ name. Increased bull volume, bull flags, follow through. It's a good chart. Curaleaf got the bull break of the daily inside bar, but could not get significant follow through. They did benefit a bit because they have some pending deals as well. So key resistance 1033 has to break for follow through here. After 1033, 1045 is the next level, and that'll be the first daily trend change in a long time if we can hold 957 and break 1033. Key resistance test tomorrow on Curaleaf. CWeb, not really standing out in any way. It's weak. The failure to break resistance last week is carrying over into weakness this week. So bulls have to hold $20 and break 23.81 to prove anything to us. And right now, it's definitely one of the weaker USMJ names. Not necessarily because we're anywhere near hitting our summer lows, but just as far as the last 5-6 trading days, it's one of the weaker names. IAN did get a little bit of a bounce. Daily inside bar. But even with that little bit of a bounce, still a lot of ground to make up. And this is the third lowest close that we've seen this summer. So we need to see if we can't get over 360, anything is just a lower high. Get over 360 and we'll start to talk about momentum shifting. But if we can't break 360, which is still over 10% away, then it's just a daily lower high. TRUL had a big bull spike today, but it was short-lived. Trying to create as much space as possible for the bulls to be able to hold 991 and then try and see follow through eventually. But on the hourly time frame, high big bull move, tons of profit taking, giving back 5-6%, and then a lower high at the end of the day. So TRUL still standing out as weak as well. So IAN, TRUL, and CWeb, bigger picture for TRUL and IAN, but smaller term picture the last 2 weeks for all three of them, standing out as weaker than a lot of other names. GTII, people posting about it on the last video, and it certainly deserves mention. It is very strong. This, too, is one of the stronger USMJ names. Not quite as strong as OH. OH is hitting the highest prices in multiple months, but it had a daily trend change, and it's seeing a lot of follow-through. There's declining bull volume, which is worth noting, but there's no sign of slowdown at this point. Hourly, you could call an hourly higher low at $12.99. Bull break right at the end of the day, and the next resistance level after 13.18 is up at 13.68. So it's an impressive bounce. The weekly chart is just looking for a lower high compared to 13.68, but if we pull back from that level, we do have the potential of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that could lead to a weekly trend change to be keeping an eye on. So GTII, definitely stronger than some of these other names, and even HARV is stronger than some of these other names. This is healthy daily consolidation. We're looking for an hourly trend change to give us our daily higher low. And then the bulls are going to try and get over 752 and 782 for a very clear bull break. GTII has crossed its bull cross of the 12 and 26 period exponential moving averages. And HARV is trying to see that follow through as well. So if I had to select the strongest USMJ names out of the names that we normally cover, it's OH, GTII, HARV, and Curaleaf. Those four are standing out to me. And we'll see if we can break to higher highs before the end of this week. So, congrats to the bulls. And let's keep it going. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow.